Hello my craft friends, welcome back to Sweet Bay Lane. And just in case you're new here, my name is Tracy. In this video, we're going to be DIY crafting with some fun, easy to find supplies. We're going to be crafting with wood rounds and some paper crafts. I'm going to be using some napkins and some scrapbook paper that I have on hand. Now, speaking of napkins, I have an overabundant supply of napkins because I can't stop buying napkins. But anyway, I thought I would share some with you guys because I know I could never use all these napkins in crafts, and I know I could use them to wipe my face or eat a meal with. I totally understand that. But I think these are so pretty that I wanted to share them with some of my craft friends just in case you guys were interested and maybe liked napkin crafts as much as I did. Now, it's going to be kind of a limited amount because I just made like 8 to 10 packets, but I'll have those linked in my Sweet Bay Lane shop on Etsy, and I'll have the link in the description box below. But with all that said, let's get to crafting these 5 fun DIYs. For this first DIY, we're going to be using one of these 12-inch wood rounds from Walmart. And we start by painting the front of it white. Now that we have it painted white and it's dried, we're going to be working with this napkin in a lemon shape. I'm going to be Mod Podging it to the front of my wood round. But I wanted to measure my napkin because I was correct in that my napkin is a little bit larger than my wood round. So what I did to remedy that is I took my napkin, folded it in half, and then cut around the inside design of the lemon. Once that was done, I then had to figure out how I wanted my design to lay on my wood round. Once I did figure that out, I then peeled the back of my napkin, leaving the one-ply front design. Then, after just a bit of adjustment, I started the Mod Podge process. And I like to do mine in steps, so I folded down my napkin, and I started by painting the Mod Podge on the top part of my wood round. Then I took the napkin and just glued it to the top part, and then continued on for the rest of the napkin down the wood round. Okay, now that we have our napkin glued down, Mod Podge down, it's dried a little, I want to paint the rind, the yellow rind around my sign. So I just took some of this yellow paint, a makeup sponge, and detailed the outer edge of my wood sign or my wood round with the yellow paint, making a cute little rind for my lemon design. And while I was at that, I went ahead and took the liberty of painting the sides and the back side a yellow as well. Okay, great. Now it's all done. We're going to seal it with this Mod Podge. And once I had it sealed with the Mod Podge and that had dried, I then added this cute little vinyl decal that says hello in a black permanent vinyl. And you can add yours anywhere you want, obviously, but I decided to put mine off center a bit. That looks so cute already. But we're not done because we're going to take it outside and give it 3 good coats of this Rust-Oleum clear enamel. I really think that made the design pop on the napkin. Now we're going to continue on and embellish it with this beautiful lemon ribbon and some pretty greenery. And to attach my greenery, I'm going to be stapling it in place. Now that we have our greenery stapled in place, we're just going to hot glue our bow to the center. And just like that, we have this beautiful lemon door hanger. I think it's adorable, and I think it would be the perfect addition to your front door. Now we're moving on to DIY number 2. For this DIY, we're going to be working with this 9-inch wood round I purchased from Hobby Lobby. We're going to start by painting the front and the back side white. Now that we have that done, we're going to be working with this beautiful pink striped lemon napkin. Then we're going to peel the layers apart, leaving just the design layer, and we're going to take it outside and spray it with this Elmer's adhesive spray. Now that we have that done, you'll see it's adhered to the front side of our wood round. We're just going to trim it with some scissors and then come in and finish the edges with some light fine grit sandpaper. Perfect. Once we have that done, we now want to cover our edge because we didn't paint that. We left it the raw natural wood, and we're going to come in with this Americana gel stain and stain the edge of our wood round along with the edge or the surface, outer surface of our wood round design. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. We're going to bring that stain up over onto our napkin design, kind of aging the napkin at the edges. Okay, that looks great. Now we're going to take the dry brush with a little bit of white paint and we're going to just dry brush the edge over that stain, kind of making it like an antique white design. And once we had that dry brushed, we're now going to add some feet to our wood round, and I just had these on hand and they were painted white, so I just stained them and then removed the stain, leaving these beautifully stained feet for our wood round that I just glued in place with some hot glue. And once we had our feet glued on to our wood round, we're left with this cute little wood riser. But I needed to seal mine, and to do that, I decided to take the Mod Podge, give it a good coat, let that dry completely, then I brought it outside and gave it 2 good coats of the Rust-Oleum clear enamel to reveal this beautiful wood riser. Hey, if you like what you see so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you here at Sweet Bay Lane. Now we're moving on to DIY number 3. And this one has really fun supplies. We're going to be working with these 3 little rolling pins, some scrapbook paper, and a napkin. We start by prepping or painting our little rolling pins. I'm going to paint the centers white and the handles yellow. Now that we have that done, they've dried, and you'll see I left one of them the natural wood. Next, we're going to be cutting down our scrapbook paper to fit around the middle of our rolling pin. Once we have it measured, we'll then cut it with our paper cutter. Then we're just going to glue our paper around the center of our little rolling pin. And you can attach this any way you prefer. I'm just going to be using some hot glue around the back side of my little rolling pin, sticking down the paper, rolling it around to meet the center, gluing it down, and then cutting it with an X-Acto knife. Now that we have it on, you're left with this cute little lemon design rolling pin. Now we're going to move on and we're going to do the next rolling pin, and we're going to do that with our napkin. We're going to do the same process that we did with the scrapbook paper. But this time, I'm going to be using some of this Elmer's purple glue stick to attach my napkin to the center of my rolling pin. Then I just trimmed it off with my scissors, added a little bit more of the glue, and then attached the ends. Then we have cute number 2 of our rolling pin set. Next, for this white one, I'm going to be adding this cute little decal that says squeeze. I think it turned out so adorable, but I wanted to add a little bit more flair to my squeeze rolling pin, so I decided to draw on some little lemons and leaves with these cute little markers from Walmart. These are so much fun to work with. You really need a set if you're a crafter. Once I had my design on, we're left with these cute little rolling pins. Now you could stop here and I think they're adorable, but I wanted to add a little bit more detail to mine, so I used some of these ribbons to add little bows to my rolling pins. And as you'll see, I used 2 double bows on my buffalo plaid one, and I used just a single bow ribbon on the other 2. Then you're left with this cute little set of rolling pins. Now moving on to DIY number 4. And for this one, we're just going to be using this old soup can. We're going to take it outside and paint it black. Now that we have it painted black, it's dried, we're going to take some of this fun lemon ribbon, wrap it around our can, and glue it into place. It looks so cute already. But we're continuing on, and we're going to add some floral foam to the inside of our can, to which we're going to stick some fun greenery inside of our can. And I purchased this little lemon stem from Michael's. Now that we have the greenery in our can, I thought it could use a bit more detail, so I printed up this lemon stamped card and I glued it to the front of my can. Now I also added a bit more color to it with the green and white gingham ribbon, and I finished it off with a cute little bow. Then we were left with this fun mini arrangement. Now we're moving on to DIY number 5. For this one, it's very simple. We're going to be working with this 4x4 frame I purchased from Walmart. We're going to start by popping out the glass, and as you can see, it has that cute little kickstand in the back. But this is very easy. We're going to take a piece of this lemon napkin, and we're going to cut it down to fit the inside of our glass. Once we had it cut out, we removed the back side of the napkin to leave the single layered design. We're going to glue it to that little piece of paper that comes with the frame. We're just going to glue our napkin in place on top of that. Then we're going to take and glue that onto the back side or the black part of our frame. Now you can see mine hangs over a little bit, so I'm just going to trim off the edges of the napkin and paper. Then we're just going to pop it back into our frame. Okay, that looks so cute, I think. But I wanted to add this cute little quote to mine that says, "Easy peasy lemon squeezy." So I started by cleaning the front of my glass and then attaching my vinyl decal to the front. Then we're left with this cute little sign, but I wanted to add one more detail to mine, and that's going to be a simple bow made out of this black and white gingham ribbon. And as you can see, there's a lemon theme to all of these projects, which tie in perfectly for the end result. And that's this fun tray filled with adorable little lemon goodies. Thank you so much for crafting with me today, and if you're still in the crafting spirit, go ahead and click on one of these upcoming videos. And remember, until next time, make sure and keep it crafty.